think the one area, we'll get into your research, which is really important. The one area of your research that I don't adhere to is the idea of a God is doing it. My pathway is more the Buddhist pathway, where if I can trust my own inner higher power, that will get me through. And I wonder if some of your research would reach more if it was less about the word religion or God and more about higher power, however you define it. Because I definitely define it as my own higher self.
Okay. If you read Perkman's research on what's the first name?
Sorry?
Perkman.
Perkman?
He does a lot of research on religious coping. Okay.
Yes.
According to Perkman, there's a lot of empirical evidence that to believe a higher power, okay, give us an additional benefit to believe in our own.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's saying that a ton of research. Crystal Park, and Perkman.
Crystal Parks, I remember now.
Yeah,
yes, it does, but that doesn't make me believe in
No,
God.
it doesn't. You got to. You say there's some. Even Einstein. Einstein said that I don't believe in a personal God, but I do believe that in this wonderful universe with beautiful structure.
Yes, that I believe.
There's higher power.
Yes.
Okay, there's higher power.
But you don't say that in your research. You say God.
Yeah, higher power.
You specifically say God, and I'm like, I can believe in the universe, but that's a personal God, and that's where I'm like, no.
That's why I put in all higher power. Okay.
Got it. Yeah.
Higher power beyond my personal.
Yes.
Power.
Ego. Beyond ego.
Yeah. So that is helpful for human survival. That's why in all culture, according to anthropology, culture anthropology, the concept of a higher power, whether it's in the sun or in the trees or in the ocean or in the fire, different cultures have different names, right? The Chinese belong to sky god. The Western Judeo-Christian culture believe in a personal God. Our secular spirituality believe in nature, cosmos. Believe there's some force in nature. Okay? So we all have to believe in something that's benevolent. There's some force, some energy, some force. Even quantum mechanics, they believe in some energy, okay? That is beneficial and allows us to survive in the planet Earth. If the nature is not friendly, if the sun is too bit closer, we all burn to death. There's some benevolent force that allow human race to exist, allow animals to exist. So therefore, we are all at the mercy of nature. We have to learn from nature.
And how does having this help us have meaning? How do you link having a sense of a connection to a higher force or something beyond us?
Okay, all right. 这好像我们 we have to let me explain to you. We have to believe that we are as an individual, we are a separate entity. We are responsible for decisions, for actions. So on one hand, we have to believe ourselves as a separate individual, because that's how we can function. That's how we can be responsible, how we can relate to people, how we can be held responsible for what we do. Right? I'm free to do anything I want, but I'm not free from the consequences of my decisions. Okay? So in that sense, I need to recognize that I'm a responsible agent, instrumental and ethical agent of change. I'm responsible for my change. On the other hand, you'll be healthy to believe that we're all separate individuals. But deep down, we're all connected.
Yes.
We are all part of the human family. We are all part of the creation. We're part of the living things. So we're part of ecology. So therefore, we have to take care of our environment so that our children can survive, we can survive, but take care of collectively. We have to take care of each other, take care of our environment. So therefore, the idea that we're all connected give us a sense of meaning that I'm not alone. We're all together. You might meet you for the first time, I feel we're connected. You see, there's a sense of kinship, okay? See,
Yes.
I have known you for many years. So that's a feeling of warmth. Okay? Yeah. It's a good feeling, right? It's a good feeling, right?
Yeah.
Not someone cold and aloof, but
No.
someone, even though you're in a different world, was still very close. Even when I haven't met before. The sense of connection make us feel that life is worth living. There's so many wonderful people in this world. Right. Now, furthermore, that when we look at the sky, look at the vastness with a sense of awe. There's a lot of research now saying that the sense of awe
Yes.
is a good, but deep down, a sense of awe is fueled by the cognitive understanding the universe is so vast that inspires both a feeling of reverence, a fear, wow, and a sense of worship, a sense of standing in awe of
And humility.
a vast universe. So a sense of awe is based on a sense of worship. Whether worship the sky god or worship nature, that we are now realize that we're also connected with this wonderful cosmos, with the creator, with whatever, that behind this beautiful, magnificent universe. We're a star dust. We're part of star dust. We're a speck of dust.
We are.
But
We are.
we are a drop of water from the ocean. But we're part of the ocean. We're part of the galaxy.
One of the things I've been meditating on every day for a while now is that I am the universe.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
just that there's the universe.
You're part of the
Because
universe.
if this is the universe, I'm
Part of the universe, yeah.
part of the universe.
Yeah.
And to try and dissolve this sense of disconnect or separation.
That's why the three-way meaning conflict, actually a sense of meaning or meaning life comes from three-way connection. One way is to connect with myself,
Yes.
connect with my deepest self. You call it soul, you want. It's my deepest self, is my better angel, call that spirit, whatever you call it soul, that tell me what my calling is, what I'm made of, what is some sense of theology, that what is best for me in this life, okay? There are things, there's something for everyone, but for me, I try to be a musician, I fail. I try to be an artist, I fail. Finally, discover psychology for me. So that's my thing, because imagine I spent my life trying to be an artist, trying to be a violinist. My hand's so tiny, I can never make it.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that to be, here's the most scary. Carl Jung said that people will do anything to avoid meeting their soul.
Yep.
You know why? Because there is a dark part. There is called a shadow, called an undesirable part of ourselves that we don't like. Some people are too fat. So therefore, fatness will be the part, for whatever reason, they try to do cosmetic surgery, they have to disown their part. So they are so afraid to meet
Themselves.
They're undesirable. I call it everybody had a twin. They're undesirable twin. They have to disown it. But you can't disown your twin. Because they're all part of you. You know what? That, as you mentioned about the ultimate self, the ultimate self is a complete self.
Yes.
A complete self, not just
All of it.
I present the best part of me. Well, that's shallow. That's dishonest. That's not authentic. That's cheating. You're hiding part of yourself. You
Love
put
it.
a happy face. So the real
I love
self,
it.
yeah, the real self, your whole self, words and all. You take me, you will love me. You take me, my faults and my weaknesses, my bright self, my dark self. You have to take the whole package. Marriage is a problem because you only accept the likable part, trying to force people to get rid of the undesirable part. But that's part of him.
Yep.
So I was an intense person. That's part of my makeup.
Yes, you are.
I'm passionate. I'm intense, right?
Yes. I love it.
So that's my weakness, also my strength. Okay? Because when I teach, I'm passionate in teaching, so students like that. Okay? My clients like that too. But sometimes I'm too passionate, it turns people off. Right? So now I have to tune.
Because you're so intense.
to
You're
do
so. Yeah, I'm the same. I'm so intense about it that some people who want a softer landing don't relate to my intenseness. And but
Too much, yeah? We're too much. Too hot.
too much. I'm too much.
We're too hot.
I'm staying too much. I'm going to keep it.
I'm too hot for people to handle.
Yeah.
So I get older now, so I'm not a little bit more mature, so I calm down. I tend to be more sensitive a lot of people's reaction. So I'm more sensitive to other people's feelings. So I tone down a little bit, try to listen more, so that people don't get mad at me for no reason. So now I'm never too old to learn, right? So I'm still learning, right? I'm still learning how to listen, how to talk, and how to relate. So I raise myself, so I'm not teach myself. Then I learn how to listen, how to have empathy, compassion. Everybody's fighting a battle. Everybody has a hard time. So
Nobody's got it made. No one's got it together.
So
no one has all the answers.
Yeah, so I try to do my best to make life easy for them. So I feel good that I'm connected with them. And finally, for something beyond my control, I trust someone out there. You call it nature, will look after me. Because someone not look after me, the whole human race will be gone. Okay, I don't worry about that. I say, well, that's beyond my control. God will take care of it. Okay, or higher power will take care of that.
Yeah.
So when you are connected, three-way connection with yourself, with other people, with the transcendental reality, then you should be happy. You have peace.